So if you're here, I'm sure you're well aware that Dispatch is Telltale Developers' new game that has already topped over 2 million players, which is absolutely crazy. It's been a real hit. A lot of people love the game. It's about superheroes being dispatched onto different missions, among many other things. We've been streaming this game, but we're still very early on, so no spoilers in the comments, please. But if you want to join us over on Twitch, you can do that and see our gameplay there. But without further ado, let's dive into it. Hey guys, my name is Vincent Baker. I am a game designer and artist, and Super Breaker is a tabletop role-playing game that I designed that is very much inspired by My Hero Academia. It is the best anime superhero tabletop RPG on the market. It's super simple, easy to learn. We have it on our website for $9.99. And so this is something that we released a few years ago, and it's a lot of fun. But I was thinking, after discussing some things with some members in our Discord community, I was like, you know what? What if we tied this into Dispatch in some way? What if we were inspired by Dispatch to make something? So I want to show you this. Lo and behold, Super Breaker Deploy. So this is going to be a new game that takes our Super Breaker audience here, our little characters, and we basically make a game inspired by Dispatch where you deploy your heroes into different missions and see if you're successful. So for a brief summary here, we have the Dynamic Emergency Placement and Logistics Office for Young Heroes. That is what Deploy stands for. It says, welcome to Deploy, the high energy crisis command expansion for Super Breaker, where danger erupts faster than K-pop fans. And the only thing standing between civilization and total meltdown is you and your squad of absolutely overworked, underpaid heroes. So a lot of fun stuff going on there. I love having that tongue-in-cheek humor, so if you love that, then this is definitely going to be right up your alley. For some of the hero basics, you will have a roster of 6 heroes that you get to create yourself and have on your roster to then deploy to different missions. Each mission sequence will be 6 different missions, and you'll have to complete that to complete the level. The objective of the game is to complete 3 levels, but with this being an RPG, you can, of course, add more to that than you want. But you can also play this as sort of like a standalone board game, as solo or co-op with your friends. So for some of the hero basics, we have the elements and we also have your attributes. Now, before we get any further into this, I need to say that this is still very much in the works. It's in development. If you would like to see the final release of this game, you're going to need to join us in our Discord or our mailing list. It doesn't matter which one. If you join both, though, that is better. So if you jump in, it'll be a fun time. You'll get to see whenever we release this and you won't miss it. But essentially, we have your strength, dexterity, toughness, intelligence, wisdom, and resolve. It's the same attributes that we use in our game Otherworlds, Banishment, and Super Breaker, which all share the same core system. So Deploy uses the same attributes as that, and then we have elements, which you have dark, earth, fire, light, water, and wind, which adds a lot more to your character's abilities and what you're able to do with them. So let me dive out of this PDF for now, and I'll show you our source document. So this is where I just kind of threw all of our information as I was just writing and designing this game. So we have different powers here. So for example, you can have something like Anchor. When deployed with other heroes, this hero grants +1 to the lowest stat of all deployed allies for this mission. Or First Strike. Increase the tempo of the mission the hero is deployed to by 1. If this mission is already fast, increase the tempo of the next mission by 1. First Strike only activates the first time a hero is deployed in each sequence. So again, this is all about accomplishing different sequences throughout the game. So how we do the different missions is you have a D100 for your stages, which also have elemental bonuses. So you have like the highway pileup, or you have the coastal lighthouse. And those things get combined with different encounters. So you might not only be at a lighthouse, but you might be fighting a cult of the Crescent Mirror or escaped mutant beast. And they all form together and mix and match in millions of different ways instead of just having like 20 different encounters that you do over and over again. So if you follow me with Vindicated, I love what I call this mix and match approach just because it makes things way less repetitive and it opens the door to so many possibilities, so you're always getting something different, because there's nothing I hate more than just having the same gameplay loop over and over where like there's nothing different. I need things to kind of be fresh and change up and be interesting. So yeah, if that's important to you, then look no further. So also, to add a little bit of differences to this, I noticed I needed to do something to where it's not so telegraphed. So we have rolling the crisis modifier. So whenever you go on a mission, you'll roll the crisis modifier. which can give you a catastrophic pressure, escalation, complication, opportunity, or heroic success. So a lot of things there. And then we also have deployment timing, which is essentially how fast each mission will take, because whenever you deploy your heroes onto their missions, it will take a certain amount of time. Now, the faster missions are going to be easier and better for you, because as you complete a faster mission, you get that hero back, assuming they don't get injured or worse, killed, and then you can deploy them onto another mission. But as you progress levels, the missions take longer and longer to do as your characters get stronger. So you'll gain some bonuses to be able to handle things easier, but the missions will be tougher, so you'll have to handle those things accordingly. So as I said, this is a solo game or a co-op game. You can do either one. There's also a mission failure table where if you fail, your character can have a downfall. They can be captured, they can face trauma, a major injury, or an injury, which all have different effects. You also have rewards for your characters. There's a system for death and retiring. And then you have your sample character rosters and sample gameplay. So we're working on this, designing it, writing it, having a really fun time with this. We'll be playing some Dispatch more tonight, so hopefully I'll get inspired some more and figure out some more things to really do to add to this. But like I said, if you want to check out this game whenever it launches, be sure to join us in our Discord and or our mailing list. And on top of that, you can go ahead and check out our Super Breaker RPG if you're looking to be right in the fight yourself and to like punch some villains or play some villains. You can totally do that. And if you want, you can even combine the two together because they use the same attributes and they use the same characters. They use the same core. So you can actually play a game where you use Super Breaker to go on missions sometimes, and then maybe you also do the deploy element and go back and forth between the two, where you have some elements where you play or have someone deploying and then you play as the character as you're being deployed on for the role-playing element there. You could really do it that way, and I think that's really exciting, and it's unlike anything I've seen before in the tabletop space. So let me know what you think, and like I said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We don't have a lot of people that are subscribing that check out our videos, so be sure to do that because it helps us out as an indie company. So thank you so much, take care, stay awesome. Hey, what is up? If you are a fan of anime and tabletop games, then be sure to check out our card games, tabletop role-playing games, and even our manga. We have a lot of fun stuff over there for you to check out on our website, VindicatedEntertainment.com. We even have a brand new tabletop role-playing game, Black Paper Moon. Check it out, and we'll see you there.